So yeah, this is it's my graduation show. I've been doing a lot of open mics, but since this is my first official show, I thought it was about time I started to dress more like a real comic. So I chose Gallagher. But he's a real comic. He was at some point. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my life. I had kind of a strange childhood. My dad was a Seventh-day Adventist minister, and my mother was a gynecologist. And for those of you that don't know, Seventh-day Adventists are Christians who are vegetarians, and they celebrate the Sabbath on Saturday. And for the guys in the room, a gynecologist is a vagina doctor. So that was interesting growing up. I mean, as a kid, I couldn't eat meat. I couldn't watch Saturday morning cartoons. But I did know what the clitoris was before I knew yellow. That's right, ladies. I also know that once a month you shed your uterine wall. And I learned that from a book. I had a children's book about periods. A little red dot on it. It was a hand-me-down from my sister. I mean, everybody had that, right? Growing up? That's just me. But my mom, being a doctor, she was really big in teaching us about safe sex and practicing safe sex. And when I was 13, she gave me a bag full of condoms, a Ziploc bag full of condoms, and she said, "Hey, I'm not telling you to go out and have sex, but if you do, I want you to use these and double bag it." And she must have had really high expectations for me, because this was like one of those gallon-sized Ziploc bags full of condoms. And there had to be like 100 of condoms in there. So even if I did double up, that means that I would be having sex 50 times before they expired, which was 5 years. And I think that's a record for any teenager. But I did. I practiced safe sex. I practiced putting the condom on, and then I masturbated into it. Which, gave my gym socks a longer shelf life. And, no, I did. I used condoms until I was 19 and had sex for the first time because I didn't have one with me. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. Unprotected sex is pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know if anybody here has had unprotected sex, but it's pretty cool. And I still had all the paranoia from being the son of a gynecologist about all the horrible diseases you can get, but I didn't really think about it until right after I had sex. Before sex, didn't think about it. During it, wasn't thinking about it. Right after, I was in the shower with steel wool and bleach rubbing my shit. And then I go get tested and, pray that nothing happened. And, for most of my life, I was clean. I didn't have anything. Until recently, I caught something. I have a 3-year-old daughter. And herpes. Right? Just kidding. It's a comedy, it's a joke. My daughter is only 2. But no, I do. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and she's amazing. And she's fascinated by the human body. Like in the morning, we'll lie in bed, and she'll try to pick off moles, or pull my chest hair, or tweak my nipple, or slap me in the face. And that's the most action I've got in 2 years. Because when you have a baby, you don't have a lot of sex. And one way you know you're not having a lot of sex in life is when you start masturbating to female video game characters. I'll tell you, Miss Pac-Man has never looked so hot with balls in her mouth. No, but I mean, I'm not having a lot of sex, but that's okay. That's why I have a therapist, so I can sleep with her. No, I do. I go see a therapist, and she's been working with me on something that happened in my childhood. I was molested when I was 11 years old. But it was the awesome kind of molestation, because I was fondled by an older woman. And to an 11-year-old boy, that is not molestation, that's a dream come true. That was my first hand job by a seasoned professional. So I smoked pot for more than half of my life, but I've had to cut back in my older age because I get a little paranoid. a few years ago, I was living with my sister, and I smoked a joint after work, and I was sitting in my room, and I was like, oh, I should go see a movie. No! I'm gonna sit in my room and evaluate my life, because that seems like a more logical thing to do when you're high. So I was evaluating my life at the time, and I was like, all right, well, I'm 28 years old. I live with my sister and my cat, named Othello, in West Hollywood, and we have a gay Venezuelan roommate. That's all right. I work at a restaurant in Boys Town where I'm hit on every day by gay men. You know, that's normal, right? Other 28-year-olds go through that. And then I started looking around my room, and I was getting even more high, and I saw that in my bookcase I had musical theater songbooks, and monologue books, and self-help books. And on the top of the bookcase, I had scented candles, and I actually used those. And I started thinking, whoa, what is going on here? And I looked around my room and I noticed I color coordinated my room. And when I was doing this, I thought I was creating some like swanky 1970s opium den. But what I had actually created was the showroom floor for Cost Plus World Market. And I looked into my closet through the beaded curtains I had replaced the closet doors with. And it was basically this rainbow of clothing, of sports coats and V-neck sweaters and button-down shirts, and I didn't own anything black. I thought, well, yeah, that's okay, you're a colorful guy, right? I mean, you like browns and oranges because you're an autumn, those are your colors. And I was like, oh fuck! I know what my colors are! And then I started looking deeper into my life and thinking, holy shit, when I was going to college, I worked at the Disney store. Oh my fucking God! I worked at the Disney store while I was going to college studying theater. And then I went even further back and I said, I stopped playing football so I could join the swim team and sing in the show choir. And at this moment, my throat was dry, I was sweating, I fell to my knees on my Persian rug and started crying. And I said, no! No, you are not going to cry about this. You are not going to be some self-hating faggot. If you're what you think you might be, you're going to own it. And you're going to stand up and you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say it to yourself and admit it. Because once you admit it, then, I don't know, something is supposed to happen. So I looked in the mirror and I was like, I am good. No, I am gainfully employed. That is not right. Fuck you. You don't be a pussy. I'm gay. All right? I'm gay. And then I thought, all right, I admitted it to myself, and now I need to tell someone. So I called up my sister and I said, T, I need to talk to you. And she said, well, I'm really busy. She worked at a candle store, which is where I got my scented candles from. I said, T, I know. I really need to talk to you. It's really important. She said, well, what's the problem? And I said, I think I might be gay. And I was whispering, even though I was alone, and I just yelled it out, but I didn't want anyone else to hear. I think I might be gay. She laughed, and she said, I don't have time for this. And I said, no, I'm serious. I think I might be gay. And she said, well, if you think you're gay, maybe you should talk to Roger, our gay Venezuelan roommate, and ask him about it, and he can help you. And I said, oh, no, I can't do that. She said, well, why not? I said, because he's going to want to sleep with me. And she said, well, that's what gay men do. They have sex with other gay men. That's what they do. And I said, well, I don't want to do that. And she said, well, that's kind of like the first tenet of being a homosexual is you are sexually attracted to other men. That's what you do. And I said, oh, that's not me. And she got really quiet. She said, are you high? And I said, yeah. And she hung up the phone. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys.